A lot of people who think that they're losing their faith aren't doubting God. They're just exhausted. And what we're seeing in a lot of modern church spaces is a quiet pattern of burnout and deconstruction, where people walk away from the church and assume that they must have walked away from God too. But let me ask you if this feels familiar. Meet Jesus, or you decide to finally take him seriously, so you lean in. You find a church, you join a group, you start serving, and at first it's good. It's really good. But slowly, almost without noticing, serving starts to feel less like caring for the orphan, the fatherless, and the widow, and more like keeping the machine running. More meetings, more committees, more pressure to stay involved, more things that quietly fill up your calendar. And meanwhile, life is still happening. You're tired from work, from parenting, from just being a human in 2026. But you push through the tired because you love God and you want to be faithful and because good Christians show up. And then, usually not dramatically, something in you just runs out. So you don't make some big announcement, you just start showing up a little less, and then a little less, and eventually you just kind of fade. If that's happened to you, or you're watching it happen to somebody you love right now, you're not crazy. You're not alone, and you're not all that unique, because it happens often, way more often than we talk about. Now, hear me clearly. The church at its best was never meant to be an exhaustion factory. It was meant to be a place where believers worship together, where they serve together, where they support one another, where burdens are carried and not quietly stacked on top of already tired people. People don't get exhausted because they've experienced too much real church. They're exhausted because they're longing for what the church is supposed to be. Because Jesus clearly tells us that we will meet him when we serve the least of these, the overlooked, the hurting, the ones in the margin. And something wonderful and mysterious happens when we show up in those places. We come alive again, not because it's easy to serve people, it's usually not, but because we see Jesus face to face when we serve our community, when we care for those in need. So if you ever find yourself thinking, I tried the whole Christian thing, I think I'm losing my faith, I don't believe like I used to, it might be worth asking yourself a question. Did you walk away from faith or God or the church because you stopped believing, or because you got exhausted carrying things that Jesus never asked you to carry? Because it may be that you didn't leave him. You might just be exhausted, worn out, trying to find him where he's been waiting all along.